It's your girl Jus Cookie, aka a real cookie, aka Big Cook. So excited right now. It's my first podcast, believe it or not. I've tried this shit a couple of times to no avail, but here we are right now. In the streets we dwell. It's the Jus Cookie Show, the podcast. You dig me? With your girl Jus Cookie, aka a real cookie, aka Big Cook. I ain't sure if I said that already, but if I did, you got it twice. All right. So anyway, what's happening, everybody? Bitch, I'm 40, so I do things a little different, and I definitely do things my way. I love it here. I wish somebody would have hyped up the 40 series way earlier. I would have been put in a request to get here sooner. I mean, like, Lord, you seen how the 20s was. I was a little wild. Not wild to the point where I have regrets, but I was a little fast. In the 30s, I was very slow. I was the opposite. In my 30s, I ran into a couple of little things that kind of like hindered me and slowed me down and taught me a lot. And they elevated me and pushed me up into the 40s. Like 38 was great. 37 was okay. 39 was lit. Let me tell you about 39. Let me tell you about 39 right quick. Hold on. Can I tell you about 39? Let me give me a little sip. Y'all see the wall in the background? I try to do my best. It's the only production today is myself. Bubblies and vibes. Okay? But 39 was lit. And I'm a real OG now, so I will share this with my people that's still in their 30s and their 20s. 39 was an awakening for me, as far as a prelude to what my 40s I can expect. Like, it was lit. My sensuality, my sexuality, my vulnerability, my femininity, my inner woman was awakened in my 39th year. So much so to the point where I was upset with folks prior to feeling or experiencing what I had experienced in that moment. Like, so I went through a lot. I've been through a lot. Y'all know me. For people who know me and people who don't, you just assume. So, whatever. But, yeah, my story is mine to tell on my own terms and all that. And I've been, like, taking my time with how I want to put it out there and how I want to be remembered or distributed. But 39 was fire. I connected with a man in my 39th year like I had connected with nobody else prior to that time. Like, I used to hear stories from other women, even men, because I have a lot of homeboys. So I hear a lot. Like, you know, I'm a vessel for stories. That's why I'm a storyteller. Like, a lot of the stories aren't even mine. I'm just a witness, and I'm privy to a lot of information, so I share it to a certain degree. Like, I never expose people. Let me see. Yeah, I never expose people. I just make sure. I won't be a liar. Never expose people, but I expose things. So in my 39th year, I experienced a freaking soul connection like I had never experienced before. And I didn't even know if I was going to tell you all about it, but I have to tell you all about it because it opened me up. Like, y'all see me now on some Big Cook energy, and it's really for a reason. It's not unmerited. Like, it's like, I used to think that I can only achieve that type of feeling from a person that I was in love with, exclusive with, probably had been with for a long time. Cause like I'm reserved, like, with how I move with the men fellow. Like, you know, I'm loud and I'm eccentric and I'm outgoing is what y'all see, but I'm very quiet and reserved when it comes to the men folk. I haven't, what's the word? I haven't been privy to a lot of shit as far as what a woman should experience. It was a different time for me to be in because me, I do things a certain way. I always have. I've always moved this type of way. It's no going back. It's what works for me. I don't do this, I don't do that. I have to space this out, I have to give this some time. I think too much. So this was an occurrence where I wasn't even given enough space to talk myself out of it. It was just the universe and how the universe chose to work and operate in that moment. I am a heavy believer in things flowing. You can't force, you can try, but it's not gonna work. So that was an instant where I ran across a man where I've known for a while, was even saved in my contacts. We've done business together, but it wasn't a person that I looked at like that, if that makes sense. Not that they were unattractive, but me, it's two different things. It's a business world and it's a non-business world. If you come at me on some business stuff, that's how I see you. If you come at me on some non-business stuff, that's how I see you. It's kind of hard for me to put the two together. Yes, I would love to be in business and pleasure with people that I'm in business and pleasure with, but it don't always work like that. So I understand that the two have their categories. So at the same time, me not seeing this person like that made me miss a lot. But you can't miss what's for you or whatever. What goes, y'all know the shit. Your name, own it, right? So there was an occurrence where this person and I had to be in the same place, and that's when I saw him and was like, why I didn't see him before? And it was like, well, if you didn't see it before, it wasn't for you to see. It's no big deal. But if you if it comes back around, then you just do what you gotta do. So this was an opportunity that came back around for Big Cook, okay? I didn't even know it was an opportunity that I had missed. That's the fucking funny part. So I'm at an event, I see this person sees me. I'm fly as fuck, this person even more fly. So of course that was an instant attraction, but he was saying hello because he already knew me. I was saying hello because I was like, hello there, strange, beautiful man I've never seen before, wherever you come from. But then he was like, hey, Cookie, and I was like, huh? How you know me? How you know Big Cook? How you know me? So we exchanged pleasantries, and then I was like, the veil was off. I'm like, how did I not see this man before? Because this man was beautiful. And I say beautiful, I mean beautiful. Tall. You could tell he's alpha in his fucking stance. Like, you know an alpha man when you see him. They stand like one, they breathe like one, they smell like one. They're one. Like, it's a thing. Not that I diss the beta man. I like y'all for what I like y'all for. But it's just something about an alpha woman, because that's what I am. Being in the presence of an alpha man, it just makes us different. It makes us, it makes us, it makes us, it makes us, it makes us do a lot of things that we don't normally do because we're big dogs also. He's a lion, I'm a lioness. Like, it goes hand in hand. Like, I'm protecting the fucking herd when the nigga ain't around, because that's what I know how to do. That's what alpha women know how to do. Which will bring me to the topic of the show shortly. And also, if you know me, y'all know I'm a rambler. So I have a podcast. So anyway, this man and myself, it wasn't even at first sight. It was a first, I already know, like, that thing nice, like, But he was probably the only alpha male in the building. And I don't like fighting with the other lioness. So I will always usually opt out when there's occasion where I feel like it's just too many of us in one spot. I'll catch the next one. Even though that might be 100 years from now. I'll sacrifice the shit that I want right now because there's too many of these bitches to try to get at them. And I don't know if I feel like fighting, because I've always had to fight. And I wasn't even fighting for lions. I was fighting for fucking cats, and I didn't even know it. We'll get there. So anyway, the night went on. At some point, this person and I exchanged pleasantries, exchanged conversation, did way more than that, but it was not up until this person hugged me. Let me tell you about this hug. I'm not a hugger. I'm not affectionate as far as strangers are concerned. Now, if you're with me and we in each other's space and I like you like that, yeah, I'm gonna go all in for the most part. But for people who I just met or, it's Corona, don't touch me. I have a thing about being touched anyway, pre-Corona. I didn't express it as much, but when we got the 6 feet requirement thing, it was just my opportunity to say, hey, I never liked being touched anyway. Hey, don't touch me. Hey, down. 6 feet. So I'm operating in the barely wanting to touch people's energy, and it's allotted in this space because of the Corona time. So when I hugged this man goodnight, I gave him my little side church hug like I do people. Boop, boop. I don't want to get too close. Boop, boop. I don't want to get too close. That man said, you're not about to side hug me. And grabbed me from in here and brought me in. And I instantly went to sleep. I'm not telling y'all no word of fucking lie. I didn't physically go to sleep, but I was so comfortable in this man's embrace that I was knocked the fuck out in my mind for about an hour. It was the longest hug I remember experiencing from any person. It was the best hug I think I've ever received from any person. And that's in the moment that I knew, I'll be back. I'll be back. So anyway, I'm leaving out a lot because that's what a good storyteller does when they don't want to expose the subjects. It was great. The end. Let's talk about the shows. This is the Jus Cookie Show, the podcast, exclusively yours today. Ta-da. Poo-poo. So anyway, I've been gone for a minute, but I'm observing, I've been paying attention. And I noticed that we love to create people that we eventually destroy. Big them up, raise them up, hype them up, only to watch them fuck up later on down the line. I'm not gonna say any names in particular because I don't really give a fuck. But it's been a lot of gurus, quote unquote, self-helpers, relationship givers, advice, advocators, just like out here leading y'all the motherfucking wrong way. And y'all following them. So I don't know if I'm more upset with y'all. Yeah, I'm more upset with y'all because it's y'all. It's y'all, it's not them. They only do what they can get away with, and they get away with a lot. But y'all motherfuckers give them everything they need to do this stupid shit, right? So the Derek guy, I don't even know his whole name, last name, whatever. He did a lot of hype in the media with he and his wife about some bullshit that he did. But your whole platform is opposite of what you did. Your whole platform is opposite of who you are. Your whole platform don't even fucking go with none of the shit you say or do or be. Because you're full of shit. Motherfuckers just be talking. They see an opportunity like double dutch and jump in. I'm not upset with them. I'm upset with y'all. Because y'all hype these hoes up. These hoes look like balloon airheads when the fuck they come out. Like, how the fuck y'all ain't see? Because I seen it. So I'm like, I seen it. I knew it. How the fuck you ain't knew it? You ain't there yet. You get that. Discernment. And I've not always been the best with discernment, so I'm talking my shit. But 39 woke me the fuck up. 40, where we at today? Bitch, let me show y'all 40. Okay, let me show y'all 40. 40 has abs, bitch. Abs. 40 says no. 40 says yes. 40 don't give a fuck. 40 cares a lot. 40 is an adventurer. 40 stays at home. 40 does what she wants. 40, look, I can go on. I want to make a song about it because it's the fucking shit. I love being 40. But anyway, I'm going to keep it moving because I said I wasn't going to do no long podcast today. I just wanted to do an intro podcast today. Eventually and going on, yes, I will have guests. Yes, I will invite some of y'all faves to the platform because y'all know Big Cook knows everybody. Like, I'm a professional middleman. I'm between the low, underground. I don't like to call y'all Cause niggas like, you like being under, bitch, I love underground. Underground is my shit. So I'm with underground and I'm with high-end celebrity, but it's the same to Big Cook. It's the same. Underground celebrity. Underground celebrity. Underground celebrity. It's the same to Big Cook. So I treat the janitor and the CEO the same. We all have the same everything. We all have so much in common. Like, some of us are just more lucky than others, or some of us are just more goal oriented than others. That don't mean we are better or less than. We're all the fucking same. We're all the same. I said we all the same. All right? So, the first topic I want to talk about tonight is, why does Kevin Samuels hate women? Why does he hate black women in particular? Now, I don't know enough about Kevin to go in depth and make this whole entire subject about him, or the show rather about him, but I have been watching a few or more than a few clips from his YouTube channel, and I have to say I agree. I'll say this first so y'all don't think I'm out here bashing y'all boy. I agree with, I'll say 4 out of the 10 things that he says. Makes hella sense to me. Makes so much sense to me, you can't go against it. 4 out of the 10. So that's a great number, because this dude likes number. He likes averages. He likes rates. So you do the percentage. I agree with you 40% more than I don't agree with you. So 40 out of 100% is a good number. But on the 60% side of things that I don't agree with him on, we're probably going to break those down throughout different episodes. You cannot break down that type of information in one setting, because he gives us a lot to work with, a lot of different topics. The women that go on the show, I wish the women were better, period. I would, where'd I drop my sage? See how the G code don't even like you to go against the women, even in hypothetical speaking. I wish the women were better for the show. I wish they came on there with the intent that they know what this man's agenda is, and they know how to hold their own and spar and hold us down for the black women. I wish they did better at that. I do. Because he looks great in those episodes where he's really just shitting on these women. But it's all their fault. Because how do you start off this one way and then you be like, you know what, yeah, nah, ho, bitch, you gotta die with it. You gotta die with it, love. You gotta die with it. You on that hill, motherfucker. Die on that hill, motherfucker. Y'all don't be dying on the hill. Y'all be letting old boy throw y'all off the hill with the stupid shit you came up there with, because it was stupid in the beginning. You knew it wasn't gonna get nowhere because you only want to disagree with them. You come in on the show to disagree. First mistake. You're not coming on the show to be enlightened. You're not coming on the show for some real male advice. You're not coming on the show to even see where you fucked up at. You coming on the show to disagree. I ain't going on there to disagree. I'm going on there because he needs a real spar. He needs somebody to throw it the fuck back. Y'all don't be throwing it the fuck back, and I'm upset. Some of y'all be starting out really good and intelligent and strong and be like, really like, okay, this bitch gonna get her, man. She cute. She's an 8. Because y'all don't ever be no 8. Ain't never seen the 8 on there, 9 or 10. Again, disclaimer, I've only seen clips. I've never seen a full episode, and I don't watch it consistently. But because YouTube knows I've watched a couple of clips, they send me a couple of more every time down my algorithm. So, but they know I'm not watching Kevin longer than 10, 12 minutes, so they send me the short clips, because I can't take him longer than that, child. Because why do you keep talking about these high value men? Where are they? Where are the high valued men? Yes, they have high earning men, and not a lot of them. You said that. You've broken it down. You've given us the facts. I don't know, because I don't keep all that shit. It got to go for some other stuff. But you keep all about the high value men, and my question to you is, what does a high value man aside from making more than 6 figures a year. 6 figures or better. What's a high value man? What's a high value man? Because I got homeboys that make that now and they're not high value men. What are high value men? And yes, I said homeboys because there's a certain additive or an ingredient or just some shit that you may not just be made of that you're missing to be considered a high value man, and that is completely in my opinion. So let me say that. So, high value to me is like a high value woman. We have plenty of high value women that make less than 6 figures a year. According to Kevin, men don't care about a woman's finance. So there should be more emphasis on the woman bringing the value versus the man. Because if the man bringing the money, he ain't got time to be valuable. He don't give a fuck about being valuable. And what I mean by being valuable is I mean by knowing your worth and being completely self-fulfilled and happy on your own without a woman, like you keep saying, Kevin, sir, that you don't want. Men could recreate, men can live to the end of their term without a woman, and you keep saying that women can't do that, and I beg to disagree. Only because I am one of those women that can live to the end of their time, and I ain't even the best type of motherfucking woman. You hear me? I am great. I'm good for what I'm good for, and I can still live to the end of motherfucking time based off of what I have and know. And I am not the best of the fucking best. And I can say that. I've seen and known some of the best of the best, and guess what? They can handle their own as well. But my issue is, if the men were better, the women would be better. And what I mean by that is, if men valued themselves more, the men treated themselves better, they would run across women less that desired them for only what they desired them for, is the head of household, the breadwinner, the bank, and the dick. Because that's what we want. We want somebody with good dick and a good bank account. And look good while they fucking us and spending their money. That's what we want. And this man said we can't have that. He says that's too much to ask for. That's too much. Y'all want the Disney sold y'all a dream, the Barbie dollhouse with Ken ass shit, but that's not a reality. If you want a high value man, you have to become less more less, if that makes sense. Less of what you are, more of what he needs you to be. The fuck? I don't agree, young Kevin, only because the older I get, the better and the more valuable I become. Now we can speak personally. I was a teen mom ×2 with the father that's not a high value man, but we were children. Yes, that's an excuse. 20 years later, plus, we're not each other's as type. We're not compatible. But that can't be held against me, or it shouldn't be held against me, because I did my motherfucking time. I don't have little babies running around anymore, so that's a lie. Some of these women value resurface like your fucking credit. Your credit can go low, bad, and then you do something to raise your fucking credit score. Once your children is at the house, or elevated, graduated, they grown, or out of harm's way. I feel like after teenage life, like 15, 16, the children ain't really looking for no daddy. Yes, you can be a guidance for a person, but you don't have to be there. There's a difference between a child between 1 and 12. Yeah, they still need daddying. And I'm not saying that a 13-year-old doesn't need daddying, but I'm pretty sure by now, y'all have a routine, or y'all have figured it out. But anyway, and I say if the men were better because I have a lot of friends who aren't living their best lives as far as relationships are concerned because of bullshit. The same way women stop and pause and take a break, we go celibate We go find ourselves. We go figure it out. We go get therapy. We go yoga. We go meditate. We go find Jesus. We go find a girl group. We go do everything we can to not go back to where we were, to not feel how we felt before. But niggas don't do that. Men don't do that. Men will just get another woman. Men hate to be alone. Men will hang with their friends. Men will do anything to avoid the work. If men did the work like women did the work, it wouldn't be a thing where women are thinking we're more valuable or more thinking we're more prized. We just know what we are complete without you. What are you without us? What is a man without a woman? And this isn't for all men. This is for the men who haven't found their way, who hasn't done any shadow work, who hasn't done any work, period, to figure out the why. Because at some point, it's you. Okay? Some point it becomes you where it's the issue or the problem. It's not everybody else. And it's a hard pill to swallow when it's you, if you're not ready to accept that it's you. Ego died in my 30s. So I know it ain't motherfucking me, it's you, bitch. Motherfucking is you. It ain't me. Ego died 2 times because it tried to come back. Died again. And I'm happy for it. And I don't miss it. And I don't think about it like that, because if I not had that, then I would not be here. So my thing for the men is to practice value. Practice being alone. Practice self-care. Practice knowing your worth. Like, some of these bitches ain't worth your time. It's them. I have been the toxic person in people's life I don't like to be. I didn't like that I was. When I figured out that I was, it made me feel a way. I didn't do it on purpose. I don't want to do it again. I'm cognitive of how I act with people, and I'm accountable. I don't just accept that that's just how I am, like, because that's not who I am. So we're gonna move on. Before I close out, I'm happy, y'all, because I'm just like, y'all won't even believe what I had to do to record this podcast today. Like, did nothing want me to record this podcast today. That's why I knew I had to record this podcast today. Shout out to Trader Joe's and this almond champagne my homeboy Tino got me on. And what else we got up in here when we get tired of drinking the champagne? Because y'all know I'm a champagne and whiskeys girl. I like my champagne, I like my whiskey, but I'm trying out some cognac today for my dog Corey, the best bartender in the city. Your bartender, zoom in. Your bartender got his own fucking cognac. I'm excited for him. I can't wait to smell it, and I can't wait to taste it. But I'm really in love with the graphics. Your bartender. I love that. I'm old school. So anyway, 40 is the new 20, y'all. Bitch, I do whatever I want. I do whatever I want at 40. Ain't nobody even told me it was like that. And I got me a little young boo. I'm just saying. So yeah, 40 is the new 20. And last before I go, because y'all know it's promoting single-ish, because I'm still single-ish, and I still promote being single. I believe that people should find the whole healthy versions of themselves before going into a relationship with someone else, because we tend to look for parts of ourselves in other people, and we tend to project, and we tend to try to make those people responsible for our happiness, and that's unfair and it's incorrect. So unlearn that shit. Become the best version of yourself 100%, and go find another person that's the best version of themselves 100%, and then y'all link up and y'all be 1,000% together, because that shit gonna multiply, not subtract. All right, so I'm gonna close the show right here, because I don't believe in long ass shows. My attention span too short, and probably so is yours. So the next time y'all hear from me, I will have a guest. I don't know who, but I will have a guest, and we will have another topic. Okay? But I thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight or tuning in with me, your girl, Jus Cookie, aka A Real Cookie, aka The Big Cook. I am the influencer's influencer. Yes, I am. Because I accidentally influence the influencers. Yes, I do. And I want to shout out the champagne wall right here in the background. I did my best. I promise y'all I did do my best to get a full visual of the wall and myself. This was the best I could do. I ain't had no production team. Shout out to me, myself, and I is all we had in the end. And a couple of friends that I got to text on the side before I had my official breakdown and get us back in. Shout out to J Skills, aka Spin Griffey, put me on the recording app. And shout out to my girl Ashley W, who is always there for me and in my corner and only wants to see the best for a real cookie, aka Big Cook. So this has been the Jus Cookie Show podcast. And we will be back next week, cuter than ever, with a special guest. Okay? Okay. Bye. Oh, and my waist beads, TLT Lotus. Protect my energy at all costs. My bad.